Okay, so here in week 10, we're bringing back the reviews. I know in week 9, I actually decided to not put them there because there was already some big changes as far as the development project, the decision-making app. But here in week 10, I am going to use basically what I had in week 8, was as far as just a review of a wider review of the concepts that we've covered. But I've added on top of that the arrow functions and the code validation, the two things we've really covered majorly since our last review. So in this case, though, what I really am creating, what I really wanted to do in this video, and that's why it's important to watch it, is that we've made some user interface changes, right? So when you think about user interface, like your form is a user interface. And so in this case, we're going to change the way the app has you validate or verify or authenticate who you are, because having you enter your student ID is not the best practice. It's not the way we wanted to do it. So what we've been doing is implementing this concept, and there's been a lot of reasons why we needed to, but I'm excited to actually roll it out. So here's what you're going to see. At the bottom now, there's no longer a button, there's a link. And so when you click on that link, then it brings you to this. So here is where in the past you've had to enter that ID. You no longer have to do that. Okay. So what you would do here is authorize. So when you authorize from here on out, okay, except for one thing, you still have to do the terms of service and making sure that you understand how the submission is done as far as your data goes. But once you're here, right, it still operates the same. But if you'll notice up here, you now have a log out. So once you get through the 15 questions, in this case, and again, we have some new concepts this week, and then you do the what's my score, and then you do the submit. What I would probably recommend at that point is you log out. And then if you wanted to actually attempt it again, which I've noticed most people are only attempting it once, which is fine. But if you ever did, then you would have to reauthorize. Okay, because if you came in here, you didn't complete it, you got out for some reason, and you came back, that what we call a login token is really doesn't hang out a long time. So it's just best to log out once you hit submit. Okay, so normal practice is you hit submit, and I've recommended you close the tab. I still want you to do that, although we're actually coding that as well. But for this couple of weeks or the next couple of weeks, once you hit submit, just log out, close the tab, and then you're back in Canvas. Okay? I haven't been as strict about these follow-up questions, although I do enjoy reading them, and I think they're good to do. But as long as you're answering the 15 questions, that's really been the majority of what I've looked at. All right, thanks, and please let me know. Hopefully, we've been doing some testing. This is releasing it to the wild, so it's always a little nervous when you release something new. And like I said, please let me know if you run into any issues here. But hopefully, it just has that one-step difference in the logout concept that I covered. Thanks so much.